Hi everyone, my name is Khaled with KINETIQ, and today I want to share with you a common issue that we see when we work with FP&A and finance leaders, and it is the challenge of centralizing your scenario analysis as opposed to having a series of spreadsheets that are emailed around. And so we've worked with folks where in the past a spreadsheet is emailed around teams and someone has to act as version control as opposed to having an agile and responsive planning process. And so what this looks like today and what the problem tends to be is that multiple people fill in their component within a template or within a centralized worksheet, and one person ends up being the version control to consolidate all that information. A budget template might go out, a number of people fill in their piece, and someone has to consolidate all of everything that they return manually in Excel, hoping that all the formulas still work. If an assumption changes, they have to send that template right back out again to the team to get more data. And so multiple versions of the truth exist, and nobody really knows what is the right version. Now, the person who built it, each spreadsheet or each forecast is the only one who fully understands it, and you really just have one person, one key person risk every time that's the situation. Now, what does cost the business? Well, number one, you spend a lot of time consolidating the data manually, not actually planning and driving performance. The cycle takes a lot longer than it should, and most of that time is not really spent on that analysis that you need. But moreover, by the time that analysis is done, your assumptions have already moved and you're now behind, right? And so a scenario question from leadership triggers another round of manual updates before anyone can properly answer it. Now, that means you're not really proactive, you're responsive and reactive, and your errors compound quietly. So if you have a stale input or a formula that didn't copy correctly, now it's something that sort of lives on and is magnified across the business. So the organization can't move fast enough or any faster than a spreadsheet allows, and spreadsheets were never built for speed. Now, what this looks like as people solve it is you have work that shifts from consolidation to actual strategic planning. But number one, you have one live model where everyone is working in the same environment and you're not just doing version reconciliation. Number two, you have assumptions that are updated in one place and reflected everywhere immediately so you can do real-time scenario analysis. That means you can answer scenario questions in hours, not after another round of consolidation across a number of people who are doing their inputs. You have a built-in audit trail to see who changed what, when, and why. And then finally, your cycle time shortens so that you can spend less time reconciling and actually be more adaptive and responsive to the business. Now, people are going on a journey when they're doing this. They want to go from just spreadsheet chaos towards a planning process that moves with the business. Where people are today, a lot of the time, is version control is a person, and that is their job on top of their day job, of course. Budgets get built in Excel, emailed in pieces, and consolidated manually or in SharePoint, of course. The agility is limited by how fast one person can work to stitch it all together. And where people are trying to go is to a connected planning environment where scenarios are built on demand and the process serves the business and accelerates things as opposed to slowing you down because you have all the data in one place for everybody to use. Now, a lot of folks are looking for the right place to get started on modernizing their forecasting and planning journey. And so that's why we work with finance leaders to build a blueprint. And what that blueprint is a focused diagnostic where we help your team assess your planning process and understand how it works today. We identify where that Excel spreadsheet planning model is causing the most drag and the most impact to your business and your ability to drive performance. And we actually define for you a roadmap to get to a connected planning environment, knowing how to architect it and where to start. So if this does sound like you or the type of problem you've been dealing with, you should get in contact with the team, and our job is to work with you to figure out how and where to get started and where the value is going to be for your organization.